I never dreamed I would find myself in this journey of surviving through losses of my immediate loved ones. I started back in 2007 while living in this house. March 4th, 2007, we had a birthday party for my son who was turning 29. They went home, and then 24 hours later, my son was murdered just blocks away from this house. 18 months later, his two boys, my grandsons, died in a fire at the ages of 10 and 4. 1 year and 2 days, October the 8th, 2009, we were recognizing the first year of the fire. My husband just dropped dead from a heart attack. Then almost 10 years to the day that my son died, my grandson died in State Correctional Institution here in Pittsburgh on the north side. He was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. God was so gracious and merciful because my grandson didn't die in his cell. God let him live out his last few weeks in the infirmary in a nice hospital bed. He was quite the evangelist. He would talk to the guys. He said, I'm sharing with the guys what I know about Jesus. So how could I not know where he was and how he represented himself as a Christian in that prison? My husband died of a broken heart, and God just called him home. And he knew the Lord. My son knew the Lord. 6 months before he was killed, we were in Ocean City, Maryland, and he said, hey, Ma, I was listening to that Billy Graham dude last night, and I repeated everything he said. I'm a Christian. And then my grandsons, we get to church, and they normally go to children's ministry, the two 10-year-old boys. And he's like, Grandma, please let me stay. Nyack kids are here. The Nyack kids did worship the whole 65 minutes of our service. We got home from church, I took them home, and as they were running up the hill, 10-year-old turned around and said, bye, Grandma, I love you. This is the last I saw of them. Why all this had to happen, I don't know. But so much good and so much beauty has come out of it. It was like a few years after I realized that they all carried the name James. And my pastor has suggested that I start a foundation. And the 5 James Foundation is a nonprofit to benefit widows, orphans, and women. God sent me to Kenya. I found 5 widows. The book of James speaks strongly about caring for widows. The book of James only has 5 chapters. I lost 5 loved ones. I don't think that's a coincidence. When I came back, I realized this wasn't anything against me. It wasn't God doing these things. These things just happened. But how much He made sure I knew in advance that each and every one of them were with Him in His presence, at peace. I've learned that His every word is true. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And He is nearer to the brokenhearted. And when you go through something like this, you realize you get to experience God in a whole different way. He's real.